நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க, நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க, இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. ஓங்கழியாண்ட குருமனிதன் தாழ்வாழ்க. சிவனவன் என் சிந்தையுள் நின்றதனால் அவன் அருளாலே அவன் தாழ் வணங்கி சிந்தை மகிழ சிவபுராணம் தன்னை முந்தை வினை முழுதும் ஓய உரைப்பன் யான். குரு பிரம்மா குரு விஷ்ணு குரு தேவோ மகேஸ்வரா குரு சாட்சாத் பரபிரம்ம தஸ்மை ஸ்ரீ குருவே நமः. யோ நித்யமஞ்சலபதாம் பஜேக்மருக்மவ்யாமோஹதஸ்ததிதராணி த்ரிணாய மேனே அஸ்மத்குரோः भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासना प्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षये. हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तम् आनन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभाणुम् अहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं ममन्तर्यामिनम्. हर नमः पार्वतीपतये, हर हर महादेव. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க, நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க, இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. கோகழியாண்ட குருமனிதன் தாழ்வாழ்க, ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்றன்னிப்பான் தாழ்வாழ்க. ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன் அடி வாழ்க. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க, நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க. Long live the name of the Lord. Long live the lotus feet of the Lord. Long live the concept of practice of surrender to his lotus feet. இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. We are all in search of God. We want to attain God. We are on a journey to God and so on. And from his perspective, from the Lord's perspective, he doesn't leave our heart even for a split second. Less than the time it takes to blink our eyes, even for that much time, he is not away from us, he is not separate from us. He loves us so much that he is always with us. இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. Māṇikkavācakar Perumal is saying here that I don't have the capacity to stay with you all the time, but you do not have the capacity to leave me ever at any time. Appo whose love is greater? Then we can understand. If we loved him so much, we will never leave him. If he loves us so much, he will never leave us. And inge the mind which represents us can leave and go, but he who represents the heart never leaves us and goes. He is always abiding there. Adanalda imai poludum en nenjil neengadan thalvar. Because he doesn't go away from me even for a split second. What does Māṇikkavācakar say? Na thalvarga. Praise to those lotus feet. Why praise to the feet? Because it is the feet that can go away. The feet are the ones that we use to walk away from anywhere. If we don't like a place, how do we get out of that place? We walk away from that place. And Bhagavan's feet deserve our extreme gratitude because they do not work. Our feet works. But Bhagavan's feet do not work. Once he enters into our heart, he says, now I don't need my feet anymore, and he sits down. அதனால அந்த கால் நீ போகாம இருக்கியப்பா. Oh, feet that are not functional at all, I salute you. If those feet were functional, he will leave us and go. And he paralyzes himself, as it were, when he comes into our heart. அதனால இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. அந்த தாழ்னா feet. I salute those feet that refuse to leave my heart even for a second. Anna, there is only one occasion when those feet seems to leave. The feet seem to leave at one occasion. Eponna. Kogaliyanda Gurumanidan Talvalga. Eponna. When Ishvara takes the form of the Guru, he has to appear in front of us. Yeah. He has to appear in front of us. So what does he do? On the one occasion, Bhagavan decides to walk out so that he can walk back in. He can walk us back in. We saw in the life story of Māṇikkavācakar yesterday that when the king gave him the gold to buy horses, and he went around in search of the Guru rather than horses. Kudirai, Guru. He went in search of the Guru. He came to this place called Kogali, Tirupirundurai. He came to that place and there he encountered the Guru. And to Māṇikkavācakar, that Guru is none other than Parameshwara himself. The story also goes like that, but whichever way it is, even if it is, you do not accept it to be Parameshwara having come in a form Navoda, the attitude of Māṇikkavācakar itself is a great highlight for all of us. What does he say? In Shivapuranam, when he is going to praise the Lord Shiva, he says, Kogaliyanda Gurumanidan Talvalga. He who came in Kogali. Kogali Anda. And the literal meaning would be he who rules Kogali. Kogali Anda. Kogali Ingradam. The place called Kogali. He who rules over Kogali. And the Guru Manidan. Literal translation, Guru man. Manidan man. Guru Manidan, Guru man. Talvalga. Salutations to his lotus feet. Salutations to the lotus feet of the Guru man who rules over Kogali. Literal meaning. And he was only a school teacher there. He was not ruling over the village. He was not even a village chieftain. Kogali Andana enna? What does it mean? Kogaliyil ennayanda Gurumanidan Talvalga. In that town of Kogali, he who ruled over me, he who took over me, and the Gurumanidan. Yen Guru Manidan? The Guru Devam. Guru Deva. Guru Devan. Generally, the term that is used is Guru Deva. Deva na God. The word Devan means God. Guru Deva, God in the form of the Guru, Guru God. Ana inge Guru Manidan. Māṇikkavācakar says Guru Manidan. He is the Guru man. Not Guru God, Guru man. Yen Guru man? Because he came in the form of a man so that I may relate to him. If he came in the form of God, I may stand far away from him. I may be too frightened. I may be too much in awe and wonder at his splendor. Instead, because he came in the form of a human being, I could summon up the courage to reach out to him. When he saw that Mahapurusha sitting there, immediately he took out all his fancy clothes, went there in a kaupinam, fell at his feet and he said, accept me. Accept me. He went and prayed to the Guru. He could not have done it to Ishvara. Because ever since he left the capital in Madurai, where has he been going? One Shiva temple to another Shiva temple. He's been going from Shiva temple to Shiva temple. In all of those Shiva temples, he didn't fall at the feet of the lingam and say, oh, accept me. That's Guru Devam. That's Guru Devan. That's Guru Manidan. That is the Guru God there, Guru human here, Guru man here. And the Guru man, you have the courage to talk to him. How can you summon up the courage to talk to him? Because he is allowing us to do so. Because you know that there is a response possible. And the Guru, Daivama irukra the lingathila response varliye. Vandurthana appave mudinju poirkume katha. If he got a response from the lingam, then the story would have finished then and there itself. There is no need for him coming in search of Guru. But Bhagavan doesn't want to respond in his form. Archavatara Samadhiya Bhagavan Kalekya Virumbala. Bhagavan remains quiet in his Archavatara. Bhagavan decides to walk out of our heart and take the form of the Guru and then come and stand in front of us. For what purpose? Now, to send us back in. To send us back in. Until the Guru comes and shows us the way to go in, we do not even know how to. Our senses are constantly external oriented. We are only talking about what is outside. We are only talking about the world, the affairs of the world. We are only interested in our own worldly affairs only all the time. And it is only after we encounter the Guru that we are able to turn within, learn how to turn within. Adanala Kohali Anda Guru Manidan Talvarga Yenna Anda Guru Manidan. Who is he? He is the Guru man, the Guru human who rules over me. How should the relationship be? Yeah, Māṇikkavācakar is telling us, showing us how that relationship should be. Yesterday, while telling you the story itself, I said one look, one glance was enough for him to surrender. At the time, also he is saying, and the one encounter, he did not even have a big encounter with this Guru. If you take Māṇikkavācakar Peruman, he encountered the Guru in Kogari, and then after giving Upadesha, he vanished. That one encounter was enough. And you ruled over me. That is why Ramana Bhagavan also sings Annamalaya Adiyene Anda Andre. The very day you rule over me. Rule na completely. When you rule over somebody, it is forever. It is permanent. Kiraya killa, not for hire. It is not a temporary contract. But temporary contract illa. 1 year contract with the Guru. I will sign up for 1 year. I have signed over my life to the Guru. It is forever permanent. So, Yenna Anda Kohadi Anda Guru Manidan Thalvarga. Again, salutations to the lotus feet. Yenna and the Nadachi Vachinavu. Nakosaram Nadachi Vachinavu. Padanolya Entahai Inadu. Mandahasa Vadanamuto Palakarinchina. You came walking for me. You came walking for me. Always, it is Bhagavan who comes walking. It is the Lord who comes. It is the Guru or the Lord who comes walking. Rama leaves Ayodhya and he could have settled down in so many places in the forest. He doesn't do it. He keeps on walking, keeps on walking, keeps on walking. Only in the southern direction. And walk in the northern direction. Why go south? Go north. Keeps on going south until he reaches the borders where Sita can be kidnapped. Why? Sugriva is there, Hanuman is there, Vibhishana is there, Shabari is there. They are all sitting that side. They are all sitting on the other side. So Bhagavan walks all the way from through Ayodhya to come down so that he can encounter each and every one of them. Starting from Shabari to Hanuman to Sugriva. To finally, even that is not enough. So he walks, ready to cross the ocean also. Angada Vibhishana Sharanagati. He wants to wait for Vibhishana to come to him. So Bhagavan is the one who is ruling. In order to rule, what should the king do? If he wants to rule over a kingdom, he wants to conquer a kingdom, he can't wait for the kingdom to come to him. The king has to go and conquer the kingdom. In those days, the king would get an army together and march against the enemy kingdom to conquer it and then rule over it. Upon the kingdom of our hearts, in order to rule over that, Bhagavan takes the trouble to come to us and rule over us. Nayandu niye atkonda. You come to me and you rule over me. You drag me to you otherwise and rule over me. You make me, either you drag me or you come to me. Where I am, you come. And then you conquer me. Apo Koghiyanda Gurumanidan Talvarga. At the same time, just because there is the Saulabhyam, there are two beautiful qualities of Bhagavan. One is Paratvam, other is Saulabhyam. Paratvam, his supreme identity, there is nobody greater than him. Saulabhyam, his easy accessibility, there is nobody that is closer than him. Generally speaking, if something is accessible, it is very expensive, it is very dear. It is not very easy to get if it is expensive. On the other hand, if it is cheap, then everybody can access it. Value, everybody can access it. Value, accessibility is less. Paratvam on one side, இந்த பக்கம் there is Saulabhyam. Paratvam represents his supreme value, supreme expensiveness. Saulabhyamna is absolute ease of access. The two never come together in the world except in God. Kogazhiyanda Gurumanithan, அப்படின்னா he has taken the form of a human being and where I am going he has come and caught hold of me on the way. தடுத்தாட் கொள்ளல் இதுக்கு தான் பேர் சொல். இவர் பாட்டு எங்கேயோ போறார், அவர் பாட்டு அங்கே குறுக்க வர்றார் இல்லையா? Māṇikkavācakar did not know that the Guru is sitting in Kogazhi. He is going on his journey, on a route. Again he comes and intercepts him on the route and makes himself available to him. But just because he has made himself available, has his value decreased? அப்படின்னா ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்ற, ஆகமம்னா வேதம், ஆகமா அப்படின்னா வேதசாஸ்திரம், ஆகமமாகி நின்ற, he who is established, he who remains as வேதஸ்வரூபன், வேதமே உருவானவன். Who is Ishvara அப்படின்னா சாக்ஷாத் நிகமாகம ஸ்வரூபா. Bhagavan has established himself as the very Vedaswarupa, the highest form of knowledge. Knowledge itself. Jnana Swarupa, Jnananandamayan Devan. That is the nature of this Bhagavan. That is the nature of this Lord. Agamam Ahinindra. Ana Annipan Talvalga. Annipan அப்படின்னா the one who is very close to us. Annipan, one who is very close to us. Agamam Ahinindra, the one who is remaining as Vedaswarupa itself. Vedana inaccessible. Upanishadukku மேல இருக்கக்கூடிய விஷயம் அது. This is sitting upon the crest of the Upanishad itself. அப்படின்னா sitting somewhere high up there. Not easy to reach. Ana Annipan, but he comes close to us. Why does he come close to us? Because he knows how difficult it is for us to go up there. Yeah, where does Shiva live, for instance? Now? Where does Shiva live? Kailasha. Can you go to Kailasha easily? First of all, it is in China. It's not easy to go. And then the rarefied atmospheres. Even just to go around Kailasha. They don't go climbing on Kailasha, nobody can. Just to go around Kailasha itself, people go walking here, carry loads and walk, do all kinds of exercises before going. They have to get a fitness certificate before they can go. All kinds of things are there. Even then, you can only see Kailasha from a distance. You can't go up Kailasha. Mudiman? Yen? Inaccessibility is what is represented by that. So, if you can't go to Kailasha, if you can't go to the mountain, then what? The mountain has to come to you. என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா அண்ணாமலை அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி this Shiva who sits on an inaccessible mountain became an accessible mountain for us. Parameshwara who is sitting on an inaccessible mountain called Kailasha, because nobody can come there, he said, okay, I will take the form of a mountain and I will stay where you are. Close to you I will stay. Wherever you are walking, you can see me. சும்மா பஜாருக்கு போனால் கூட நீ பார்த்துட்டே போகலாம். You may not even be devoted to me. You are just going to the shops. You can still see me and go. அப்படி உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்க. அதான் அன்னிப்பான். அன்னிப்பான் அப்படின்னா he comes close to us. Why does he come so close to us? பிரேம தான். If he doesn't love us, will he come that close to us? Closer. Why is so close? அப்படின்னா he loves us so much that he comes and stands in front of us. தான் பகவானோட ஒரு சௌலபியம். ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்ற அன்னிப்பான் தாழ்வாழ்க. அங்கேயும் தாழ் தான். ஏன் தாழ் அப்படின்னா அகேன் the feet தான். The feet is what is bringing him close to us. அப்போ எப்படி இருக்கார் பகவான்? he is நாம ரூபம். நாமஸ்வரூபமாக இருக்கார், ரூபமாகவும் இருக்கார். நாம நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க, ரூப நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க. இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ்வாழ்க. he who is the ஆத்மஸ்வரூப அந்தர்யாமி who never leaves me. உள்ளுக்குள்ள கோகழியாண்ட குருமனிதன் தாழ்வாழ்க. he who comes out in the form of the guru to attract me, to rule over me. ஆகமம் ஆகி நின்ற அன்னிப்பான் தாழ்வாழ்க. even if he is standing there as the highest supreme Vedaswarupa, still he comes close to me. Again, to come close to me, what is bringing him close to me? Thal dane. Again, the feet dane. Adha again and again, lotus feet. The feet are precious to us. The feet, we are thankful to the feet for bringing him to us. We are thankful to the feet for being at the same level as we are, so that we can touch it, access it. ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன் அடிவாழ்க. இப்போ பகவானோட எசாட்ரிக் ஸ்வரூபம் என்னன்னா, ஏகன், he is one. அநேகன், he is many. ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன், the Lord, the Supreme Lord. ஏகன் அப்படின்னா பிரம்மஸ்வரூபமா பகவான் is as the Brahman, he is one alone. ஏகமேவா அத்விதீயம் பிரம்மா அப்படின்னு he is the Brahman alone. ஏகோகம் பகுஸ்யாமிதி அப்படின்னு he says, I am one, let me become many அப்படின்னு he does a sankalpa and he becomes many, he becomes his entire universe. In his reality, Ekan, he is one alone. In the relativity, Anekan, he has become all of this. He has become every single thing that we can see. But having become that, he does not lose his supremacy. Iraivan, he still remains as Ishvara. He is still Ishvara, he is still the Lord, he is still the Supreme. Just because he has become you and me, he is not devalued. He still remains as himself. அதனால ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன் அடிவாழ்க. ஏகன் அப்படின்னா பிரம்மம், அநேகன் அப்படின்னா ஜீவா, இந்த ஜகத்து. இறைவன் ஈஸ்வரா. அப்போ இந்த ஆத்மா, இந்த ஜகத்து அண்ட் ஈஸ்வரா எல்லாமும் கவர்டு எடுத்தீங்க. ஏகன் அநேகன் இறைவன் அடிவாழ்க. அவனுக்கு நமஸ்காரம், salutations to him, that supreme Lord who remains as one, but becomes all of this, manifests himself as all of this, but also continues to remain as Ishvara, as a supreme. So அவனுடைய அடி, அடினா his feet. Adi means bottom, adi means feet. அடி வாழ்க, salutations to those feet of the Lord. வேகம் கெடுத்தாண்ட வேந்தன் அடிவெல்க, பிறப்பருக்கும் பிஞகந்தல் பெய்கழல்கள் வெல்க, புறந்தார்க்கு சேயோன் தன் பூங்கழல்கள் வெல்க, கரங்குவிவார் உள்மகிழும் கோன்கழல்கள் வெல்க, சிரம் குவிவார் ஓங்குவிக்கும் ஷீரோன் கழல் வெல்க. வேகம் கெடுத்தாண்ட வேந்தன் அடிவெல்க. வேந்தன் அப்படின்னா அகைன் கிங், எம்பரர். வேந்தன் அடி வெல்க, வெல்க அப்படின்னா விக்ட்ரி டு, ஜெய் ஜெய் சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, ஜெய் அப்படின்னு. விக்ட்ரி டு, விக்ட்ரி டு வாட்? தி ஃபீட் ஆஃப் த லார்ட், தி ஃபீட் ஆஃப் திஸ் எம்பரர். Victory to the feet of this emperor. Who is this emperor? வேகம் கெடுத்து ஆண்ட வேந்தன். வேந்தன் emperor. What does the emperor do? ஆண்ட அப்படின்னா to rule. So he is the emperor who rules. But how does he rule? அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு இங்கே ஒரு little insight. வேகம் கெடுத்து ஆண்ட. வேகம் அப்படின்னா speed. கெடுத்து அப்படின்னா destroys, disrupts. வேகம் கெடுத்து அப்படின்னா he stops the speed and then rules. Stops the speed and rules. என்ன ஸ்பீடு அப்படின்னா the speed with which the mind is wandering from one to the other. ஊர் சுற்று உளம். How is the nature of the mind அப்படின்னா it goes everywhere. It goes all over the world and comes back. It doesn't sit still. All the time it is moving. And how is it moving? வேகம், மனோஜவம்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா, மனோவேகம். The speed of the mind is unbelievable. அப்படியே ஒரு க்ஷணத்தில் it goes everywhere. That is the big problem for us. அதனால தான் ரமண பகவான் says, ஊர் சுற்று உளம் விடாது உன்னை கண்டு அடங்கிட. உன் அழகை காட்டு அருணாச்சலா. அருணாச்சலா, if you show your beauty, then this mind that is wandering around with so much speed everywhere will settle down. அதனால display your beauty. So what is the nature of this mind? To wander. How does it wander? Fast. Vegam. Vegam also means ஒரு strength. உத்வேகம். காமக்ரோதோத்பவம் வேகம் அப்படின்னு பகவான் இந்த கீதா refers to it. There is a vega, there is a speed, there is a udvegam, there is a urge. What is that urge due to? Kamakrododbhavam. It is because of kama and krodha. Likes and dislikes. வேக வேகமாக எல்லாத்தையும் எதுக்கு பண்ணுறோம்னா What we like, immediately we want. What we don't like, immediately, this minute, this instant, it has to go away from us. That's your speed word. There is a josh, there is something that compels us, impels us to act. A force, as it were. And the force, what is that force doing? It is speedily making us go from birth to birth to birth to birth to birth. The vegam. Adu or vegam. We are falling. When you fall very quickly. You may climb the stairs very slowly. But suppose you trip, you don't fall slowly. That's ஒரு வேகம். நம்ம வேகம் எப்படி இருக்குன்னா டவுன்வர்டில் தான் வேகம், மேலே போகிறது ரொம்ப ஸ்லோ. Whenever we are going up is very slow. When you're coming down, even a car, if you have to go up, கீழே வரணும்னா but கால் எடுத்தாச்சு. You don't even need to accelerate. The car is coming down the slope on its own. வேகம். அப்போ the speed ங்கும்பொழுது, where is the speed? The speed is only in declining. The speed is only in going down. அப்போ somebody has to come and arrest that speed. Somebody has to stop that speed, intercept us and say stop. Who can do it? Vegam kedithu aanda. But what does Bhagavan do? He stops us in our tracks. He stops us in our tracks, and then what does he do? Rule over us. Aanda Vendan. இதுக்கு எங்க this velga அப்படிங்கிற victory to these feet. Victory to these feet that are capable of conquering the mental speed and ruling over us, because otherwise what hope do we have? Alal uivagai edu. If Bhagavan does not come and forcibly stop us and rule over us, will we ever consider stopping? Not consider. Is it even possible for us to stop? Downhill போகும்போது, is it possible for us to stop? It is not possible. Even if we want to, we cannot. அப்படி ஒரு ஸ்பீடில் we are going down. அப்போ what does Bhagavan do? Stops us in our tracks and rules over us. அதனால வேகம் கெடுத்தாண்ட வேந்தனடி வெல்க. So once he stops us in his tracks, in our tracks, what do we do after that? We follow him now. அப்புறம் he leads us அழகா. When he leads us, where were we going? This birthலேருந்து அவசரவசமாக அடுத்த birthக்கு ஓடிட்டு இருக்கோம் இல்லையா? It doesn't appear so. Nobody wants to finish this birth and get on to the next birth. Anna, whether we want it or not, what is happening? Time is flying. Before we know it, it is 2023. இப்போ தான் 2020 மாதிரி ஆரம்பிச்சது. அதுக்குள்ள 2023. Time flies. Before you know, you're growing old. So many things are happening so quickly. But what are we doing? We are rushing headlong into the next birth. அதுக்குள்ள he comes and stops us. And when he stops us, what does he do? பிறப்பருக்கும் பிஞகந்தல் பெய்கழல்கள் வெல்க. பிறப்பு அறுக்கும். He comes and cuts off that cycle of birth and death. பிறப்பு அறுக்கும். அறுக்கும்னா one who cuts it asunder. A cycle மாதிரி it is going on non-stop. In its own momentum it is spinning. Because of the karma that is being done, because of the vasanas that are being generated, because of the desires that are constantly growing, it has got its own momentum. It is like a juggernaut, it is rolling. He comes and stops it. Halt, he stops it. And after he stops it, what does he do? He puts an end to that cycle of constant birth and death. And the pirappu arukkum pinyagantan thalvazhga. Pinyagan, one who has got adornments in his head. How is Shiva? Matted locks. What is on top of his head? Matted locks. Only matted locks. No, a small crescent of a moon there. And then Ganga pouring forth from the head. And then a couple of snakes maybe. Rudraksha around it. He's got all of those head adornments. Coola Bhagavan. Who's the coolest god? Shiva. Yeah, he's got cooling things on. He sits in cool Kailasha. He's got Ganga upon his head. He's got the crescent moon as well on top of it. Cool guy. Appo Pinyagan, what is his purpose? To destroy our cycle of birth and death. Adanala pei kadalgal velga. Pei kadalgalna heroic feat. The heroic feet of the Lord, I salute. May victory be to those heroic feet. Why Paikazhalgal? He is cutting that cycle of birth and death that nobody else seems to be able to do. Who is a real hero? Now, one who can accomplish a task that others cannot do. He is the valorous one. He is the heroic one. So what are the feet of the Lord capable of? They are capable of first stopping us. To be able to stop us itself is a big deal. And then to be able to conquer us is another big deal. And then on top of it, to be able to stop this inexorable cycle of birth and death is the greatest achievement of them all. He is awarding him the hero of all times. You are the greatest hero. பிறப்பருக்கும் விஞ்ஞகந்தன் பெய்கழல்கள் வெல்க புறந்தார்க்கு சேயோன் தன் பூங்கழல்கள் வெல்க. புறந்தார்க்கு சேயோன். ஷேயோன் அப்படின்னா he who is far away. அன்னிப்பான் he is close அப்படின்னா then he is far away அப்படின்னா who is he far away to? புறந்தார்க்கு. புறந்தார்க்கு அப்படின்னா those who go out. புறம் அப்படின்னா opposite of அகம். He is far away from those who stand away from him. But how do they go away from him? They turn into the external. Puram. Puramna vali. Purandar அப்படின்னா those who are going outside. Outside na world. So for those who are constantly engrossed in the activities of the world, for them, Sheyon. He is far away for them. தன் பூங்கழல்கள் வெல்க. பூங்கழல் அப்படின்னா லோட்டஸ் ஃபீட். பூனா ஃப்ளவர், கழல்னா ஃபீட். ஸோ பூங்கழல், லோட்டஸ் ஃபீட். Salutations to the lotus feet of the Lord who stands far away from those who are engrossed only in the external affairs, worldly things. அதுலேயுமே ஒரு அழகான இது லோட்டஸ். பூன்னா லோட்டஸ் பூ, லோட்டஸ் ஃப்ளவர். What does the lotus do? Have you seen the lotus? The lotus grows in clay. சேற்றில் முளைத்த செந்தாமரை போலேன்னு சொல்லுவோம். It grows only in silt and clay. Cleanaவே இருக்காது. The lotus pond is not clean. வழவழான்னு இருக்கும். But then it rises up with a long stalk and then blossoms above. இங்கே வாட்டர் இருக்கும், அதுக்கும் this much distance will be there from the surface of the water to the flower. It doesn't bloom on the surface. It rises up and then blooms. It stands tall. From what? The share. Kardhamam. What is this share in the world? This mundane preoccupations that we have is like the silt and the clay and the mud. The lotus, it represents here the feet of the Lord. So how are the feet of the Lord now? It arises out of this but stands on top of it. It arises from this. We can find him here. We don't have to leave the world and go somewhere. We can find him in the world. But we must understand that he is not going to be immersed in this world. He is standing above this world. If you want to reach him, you also have to rise up from this muck of this world, this morass of worldly existence. Only then you can go and reach him. So his lotus feet, which represent that vairagyam, that without that vairagyam you cannot get. Another purandarku sheyon. So he is far away from this silt, from this muck. If you are only going to be engrossed constantly in only this muck, then there is no way that you can attain him. He is going to stand far away from those kind of people. கரம் குவிவார் உள்மகிழும் கோன்கழல்கள் வெல்க. கரம் குவிவார் அப்படின்னா those who salute him join their palms together to salute him. கரம் குவிப்பது அப்படின்னா to salute him like this. கரம் குவிவார், those who salute him. உள்மகிழும் கோன்கழல்கள் வெல்க. உள் inside, மகிழும் அப்படின்னா delights. கோன் அப்படின்னா கிங், கழல்கள் feet, வெல்க victory to him. Victory to the royal feet, feet of the king. The king again, what makes the king happy Emperor is ruling. What makes him happy? If everybody is standing there obedient, ready to listen to his command, the king is happy. Yeah? King is issuing commands. Do this, and there nobody is willing to do it. But how will the king run the kingdom? How will his administration be? When everybody is ready, yes, 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 and ellarum ready irundana eppadi irukum? How will the king be? The king will be very, very happy. What a wonderful kingdom I have. What wonderful ministers and generals and so on I have, that everybody is willing to listen to me. That's the mark of a king. That is the beauty of the king. That is what makes the king happy. Then the king is delighting inside. Everybody is listening to me. Karam kuvivar, everybody is, if you stand there ready, yes Lord, thy will be done as you please. If you are going to stand there, he is going to be happy inside. Bhagavan is going to be delighting inside on seeing us standing there with our palms joined together ready to do his will. If you are standing like this, what does it mean? Please order me. I am ready to do it. Please order me. Yeah. We see Hanuman standing in front of Rama like this. He is not worshipping Rama. He is standing there saying, yes, enna order? What is your next order? I am ready to do it. So the Karam Kuvivar wording there. Māṇikkavācakar uses the word, those who join their palms together. Means that those who are standing there ready to do your will. When you see them, what happens? You become happy. You delight inside. You feel happy inside on seeing them ready to do your will. This is one meaning. Karam kuvivar ul magizhum. He who delights inside the heart of those who are ready to do his will. He who has already stood far away from those who are only looking outside. But then, he who is delighting inside the hearts of those who are ready to do his will. Karam kuvivar ul magizhum. Another way. He who delights those who are ready to do his will. He who delights inside those who are ready to do his will, but he who delights them, he makes them happy when they are ready to do his will. Appo karam kuvivarul mahizhum konkadalgal velga. Shiram kuvivar onguvikkum shiron kadal velga. Shiram kuvivar, next word. Karam kuvivar, joining the hand. Shiram kuvivar, those who bow down their head in front of him. Shiram kuvivar, they fall at his feet. They humble themselves in front of him. They reduce themselves to nothing in front of him. I am nothing, you are everything. But what does he do now? Onguvikkum. Onguvikkum, he elevates them. They go down, he elevates them. They go up, what will he do now? When they go up, what will he do? That's Annamali Purana. In Tiruvācakam, Arunachala, there was this extraordinary pillar of light that appeared. One fellow went up, the other went down. Who went up? Brahma went up in the form of a swan. Mela ponar. Kuttu better. When he went up, what did he get? He got a knock on his head. Knock on the head, got one of his head knocked off. On the other hand, when Vishnu went down in the form of the Varaha, Shiram kuvivar in an onguvikkum, he elevates them. Adanala, what does he become? Shiron, he becomes the great one. Mainmail தாழ்ந்திடும் அன்பர்கள் சேர்ந்து மேன்மையுற்றனை என் Arunachala. That's Ramana Bhagavan says, hey Arunachala, how did you become so great? Shiron, you became a great one. But how did you become a great one? Because you went down, மேல் தாழ்ந்திடும். They lowered themselves more and more. You went down even lower and elevated them. That's you are great. What is his greatness? The more we lower ourselves, the more he goes below us. Kuniya thaan kuniyara. Because, why? Because what does he want to do? He wants to actually embrace us. Bhagavan uda asha enna? What does Bhagavan want to do? Ara talvikanam parishwango hanumataha. Bhagavan wants to embrace us. Bhagavan doesn't want to lord over us. We call him Lord. But he doesn't want to lord over us. He wants us to be equal to him. He knows we are him. We may not know we are him, but he knows we are him. When he knows we are him, what does he want to do? Abdiye khatti thalvindu nee. You and me are one. We are the same. Abdinu Bhagavan wants to embrace us. What do? We go and fall at his feet. But since we fall at his feet, what does he have to do? He has to lift us up to embrace us. Up to lift us, what does he have to do? He has to bend down to lift. Since we have fallen down, he has to bend down even further to lift us up. அதனால மேன்மேல் தாழ்ந்திடும் அன்பர்கள் சேர்ந்து. What does Bhagavan do? He goes and joins with those who have fallen down below at his feet. They reduce themselves. They have not fallen because of their mistakes. They have not slipped from the path and fallen from grace. They have instead fallen at his feet with conscious humility. They have lowered themselves. They have reduced themselves. They have become as nothing. ஒன்றுமே இல்லையே அப்படி அதான் சிரம் குவிவார்னு அர்த்தம். சிரம்னா ஈகோ. The head stands for the ego. குவிவார் அப்படின்னா it bows down. அப்படின்னா என்ன? The ego says I am nothing in front of you. You alone are. அப்படின்னு it falls down. When it falls down, Bhagavan immediately ஓங்குவிக்கும். He elevates them and keeps them on top of it. தலையில தூக்கி வச்சுக்கோ. He elevates them and keeps them on top. இல்லையா? Shiron, அதனால because he does that, Shiron அப்படிங்கிறார். Māṇikkavācakar says, you are truly great because of the way you treat us little ones. We are nothing. You are such a supreme being. But if you simply stayed as though you did not care for us because we are nothing, then you are not that great. We see that in the world also. We see that commonly in the world also. When the fellow is rich, he doesn't care about the poor. When he has got power, he doesn't care about those who are powerless. He doesn't care about them at all. He doesn't bother himself with them. Anna, Bhagavan is not like that. Even though we are nothing, what does he do? He gives so much importance to us. He comes for us. Like that, Bhagavan takes every possible measure to make sure that we who are nothing are elevated, are part of him. That is why Shiron, he deserves the title, the great one, the supreme one, because of the way he treats us. Siram kuvivar onguvikkum Shiron kazhal velga. அப்போ வேகம் கெடுத்தாண்ட வேந்தனடி வெல்க, பிறப்பருக்கும் பிஞகந்தன் பெய்கழல்கள் வெல்க, புறந்தார்க்கு சேயோந்தன் பூங்கழல்கள் வெல்க, கருங்குவிவார் உள்மகிழும் கோன்கழல்கள் வெல்க, சிரம் குவிவார் ஒங்குவிக்கும் ஷீரோன் கழல் வெல்க. இப்போ 10 verses of the Śivapurāṇam we have seen so far. எல்லாம் சுருணிக்கை தான், ஒன்று சின்னதாக. ஈசனடி போற்றி எந்தையடி போற்றி, தேசனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி, நேயத்தே நின்ற நிமலனடி போற்றி, மாயப் பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி, சீரார் பெருந்துரைனம் தேவனடி போற்றி. ஈசனடி போற்றி. Ishana Lord, Ishvara. One of the names for Shiva. Generally the word Ishvara represents the Lord. எல்லாருக்குமே, everybody is applicable. Ishvara அப்படிங்கிற வார்த்தை. ஆனால் specifically for Shiva, this Ishvara Shabdam has been used in normal parlance. Ishwaran அப்படின்னா சிவன். ஈஸ்வரன் கோவில் அப்படின்னா சிவா டெம்பிள். பெருமாள் கோவில் ஈஸ்வரன் கோவில் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். பெருமாளும் ஈஸ்வரன் தான், சிவனும் பெருமாள் தான். ஏன்னா சிவபெருமான் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். சிவபெருமான் அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? பெருமாள் தானே அர்த்தம். பெருமாள் எல்லாம் ஒன்று தானே. சிவபெருமான் தானே அர்த்தம். அவன் பெருமாள் தான் அவனும். வெங்கடேஸ்வரா அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்னா வெங்கட ஈஸ்வரான்னு அர்த்தம். அவனும் ஈஸ்வரன் தான். இவனும் ஈஸ்வரன், அவனும் பெருமாள். He is also Ishvara, the other fellow also is Perumal, but generally we say Perumal, the Namavala, and Ishwaran, the horizontal fellow, Pattavala. Another Ishan has become exclusively used for Shiva. அதான் இங்கே சொல்கிறார் ஈசன் அடி போற்றி. ஈசன் அடி அகேன ஃபீட் தான். ஸோ ஈசன் அடி போற்றி, salutations to the feet of Isha, Ishvara, the Lord. எந்தை அடி போற்றி, ஈசன் அடி போற்றி, சுப்ரீம் லார்ட். ஆனால் எந்தை அடி போற்றி, எந்தை அப்படின்னா தந்தை அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். எந்தை மீன்ஸ் ஃபாதர். எந்தை மீன்ஸ் ஃபாதர். அப்போ ஹூ இஸ் ஹி? எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே இதான் வரும், அவர் ஃபாதர் who art in heaven. Now who art in heaven? ஈசன். ஆனால் அவர் ஃபாதர் நம்ம அப்பா இல்லையா? ஆரோ இல்லை. Just because he is Ishvara doesn't mean he's somewhere far away, no connection between me and him. இல்லை, ஈசன் ஆனால் எந்தை. மை ஃபாதர் ஹூ இஸ் ஈஸ்வரா இல்லையா? என்னடா நீ பெரிய ஆளானா? ஆமாம், எங்கள் அப்பா ஈஸ்வரன் இல்லையா? in Parthi, in the Hillview Stadium, the Shanti Vedika stage is there. People may have seen it. There's a big Nandi. Have you seen the big Nandi will be there, and sometimes there's a photo of Swami leaning on that Nandi. That big Nandi will be there. So whenever I saw that Nandi, this big statue of Nandi, I used to sit on it. Because it's not a temple Nandi, no? It is just a Nandi in the Hillview Stadium. So I was happily sitting on it. One fellow came and said, "Hey, you can't sit on Nandi." I said, "Remember this. You can't sit on Nandi." I said, "Why not?" "Hey, Nandi." I said, "What is Nandi?" "Nandi is my father's car." "What is Nandi? Enga appa vacha car." "My father, Swami's car it is." Have you ever not sat in your father's car? Appa enga pona appa car thane kondu povan. But Nandi enna? Nandi enga appa oda vehicle. It's simply my father's car, so why not sit on it? See, it is not enough if you say God is your father. You have to behave like that, no? Yeah, you should behave like that. Appa Nandi mela vela kondu. You see Nandi, said adu கோயில் எங்கயா இருந்தா inaccessible, you can't go. இது சும்மா ஸ்டேடி நந்தி. சாமி வந்தா உட்காந்து பாரு, இப்படி செம்மறி சாஞ்சு பாரு, நம்மளும் உட்காந்துக்கலாமே. இட்ஸ் மை ஃபாதர்ஸ் வெஹிக்கிள் தானே, என்னப்போ? எந்தை அவர் யாரோ இல்லை, இஸ் நாட் சம்படி, இஸ் மை ஃபாதர், மை டேட், எங்கள் அப்பா, சொந்தம் கொண்டாடி, மை ஃபாதர் happens to be ஈசன். அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ண முடியும் இல்லையா? isn't it? What can we do? Like Prime Minister's son is there. அவன் சொல்லுவான் மை ஃபாதர் தான் சொல்லுவான். இப்படி பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர்னா அதுக்கு வாட் கேன் ஐ டூ? மை ஃபாதர் ஹூ ஹேப்பன்ஸ் டு பி பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர். அவன் பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் எடுத்துக்காக இஸ் நாட் மை ஃபாதர் அண்ணா. இவன் யாருண்ணா? பிரைமோ பிரைம், சுப்ரைம், சுப்ரீம். இவர் he is supreme, but so what? He is still my father. ஈசனடி போற்றி. ரொம்ப தள்ளி இருக்கேன். ஈசனடி போற்றி is the supreme Lord, salutations to the Lord. But if I say Lord is too far, எந்தையடி போற்றி, my father. அப்போ I established that closeness with him. அதனால தான் அந்த ப்ரேயர்லையுமே our father, and at the same time not forgetting his glory. What in heaven? Heavenly Father. அப்போ ஈசன் who is my father. ஈசனடி போற்றி, எந்தையடி போற்றி. தேசனடி போற்றி, சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி. தேசன் அப்படின்னா ஒன் வித் தேஜஸ். தேசன் அப்படின்னா the shining one, the bright one, தேஜஸோடு இருக்கக்கூடியவன் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். The one who is shining with great brilliance. தேசனடி போற்றி, சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி. Who is he? Shivan. Now only தான் சிவன் அப்படிங்கிற பேர். He is Shiva, who is the shining one. எங்க shining? Where is he shining? He is shining inside. What is he shining as? அப்படின்னா அகம் அகமிதி சாக்ஷாத் ஆத்மரூபேண பாதி. He is shining inside us constantly as awareness. ஐ அப்படின்னு he is shining. இந்த ஐன்னு சொல்றதுனால தான் ஐயா அப்படின்னு பேர் இல்லையா? There is a name for Shiva. Māṇikkavācakar himself says it. ஐயா என மெய்யா விமலா விடைப்பாகா வேதங்கள் ஐயா என ஓங்கி ஆழ்ந்து அகன்ற நுண்ணியனே அப்படின்னு we are going to see a verse later on. The Vedas are calling him ஐயா அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஐயானா ஈஸ்வரனுக்கு ஒரு பேர், சார் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். நம்ம ஊர்லலாம் ஐயா அப்படின்னா சார்னு சொல்லுவோம். Anna, just for the English because he is shining inside constantly as I. Aham iti sakshad atma rupena bhati. He is shining inside as the I, not ayya. Teshan, that is where he is shining. He is shining inside us. Why is he shining inside us? So that we can find him easily. What are we doing? We are searching for him. But how do we find him? If he is shining, if he is the source, supreme source of all light, self-luminous one, he is the one that is giving light to everything else. Adanal he is shining of his own accord. Swatejasa he is shining. Appo Tesan appadini. And the reason for him shining is to attract us. Like moths going towards that fire. He is shining so that we may also be attracted towards him. And then we must understand, beware, what happens to the moth when it goes into the fire. Then we become one with the fire. Annamalaya Bhagavan Tejasa Nakranalaya. What is Annamalaya? Jyoti Swarupana. Bhagavan is the extraordinary pillar of light. Then Tesa. Tejomaya Murti. The one who is shining brilliantly. He is shining as Annamalaya, as Arunachala. He is shining as the Atma. He is shining as the consciousness within. He is shining as the I within. So that we may find our way back to him. Again, we will stop here for today. And we will continue tomorrow. Sarve bandhu saginaha sarve santanirāmya sarve badhirāya vishyantama krishitukavak bhavet loka samastah skino bhantu loka samastah skino bhantu loka samastah skino bhantu Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Sai Ishwarāṇamastu.